Good day / morning / evening / whatever it is for people. This is the package group weekly sync for November 4th, 2019. And I will kick off by I'll kick off by reading for Gigi, as Gigi's in a different time zone where it's certainly not a good time to be awake. Gigi says he attended AppSec last week, which is a security focused conference. And another person inquired about mobile development support, which is something that came up in one of our Think Bigs, I believe. Just a note, then I have unanswered questions. Security issues for my backport MRs have been merged, but the issue is still open and scheduled for 12/5. No, I don't understand why. I can have a look at that. Maybe I'll take a look at that and I'll follow up with Gigi. And it's Melbourne Cup in Australia today, so Gigi's out, which was sort of yesterday. Anyway, Tim says he's not feeling well today and he's going to take Monday off. So if you do watch this, Tim, there's a whole lot of comments hoping that you get better soon. So I'll be feeling better. And then I have the next thing, which is metrics for the group. I'm going to share my screen. It's not something I normally do, but it's something I'm going to do, I suppose. Boop. Boop. Yeah, so what we're actually looking at here is our quality dashboard. It's linked up the top so you can get to this all the time. We have a few things to look at here. I usually first look at the bugs and see how many have been categorized, and that's on me. I need to sort of make sure they're prioritized and spheritized, I should say. And then we have our completed versus deliverables versus non-deliverables in 12.4. You can see there's like a whole lot of non-deliverable stuff here, but I think that will actually go up a lot in 12.5 and then 12.6, although I'm not sure why 12.7, 12.6 isn't here. It's weird. And regressions, but the thing that we want to check out here that we can look at is weekly throughput and monthly throughput. Now this is coming from everyone on the team, so you know we've got a little bit of a issue there with getting into the throughput. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably a different view. So this is a bit more realistic. So basically what you can do is you can come and actually look at this, and when I'm talking about throughput, this is what we're looking at. So I'm going to be trying to work a bit more towards this, but these numbers seem a little wrong to me. So I think this is inaccurate. So maybe there's a problem with our charts right now. Anyway, point of this really terrible story is that we should be keeping an eye on these metrics and trying to be aware that we're aiming for eight MRs per engineer per month. And it's not something that we're going to like look at people's, we're not going to look at people's individuals and go, oh, you're not doing this. It's more on average as a team. So, and it depends on the work too. So there's a lot of different factors, but we just always want to be trending that up. So that's why we talk about smaller MRs and getting MRs out and actually trying to get that stuff complete, because that's delivering customer value. Cool. I think we'll probably follow up. We'll follow up with that in one-on-ones and stuff to have conversations. But if people want to talk about that, we can talk about that more. But otherwise, I think Nico has the next item.
Yeah. So I'm probably just keen through what I wrote in the agenda. The point is this package list and package details on development mode. So JDK server. Every second refresh or every time there is a backend error, it starts throwing 500. and you either need to navigate 2-3 steps back, refresh and go back, or you need to restart GDK to unlock it. And this is like, besides annoying, it can take up to 2 minutes to do a refresh. So if you are doing, for example, a CSS update of the page, it's like abnormally long to do very simple stuff. And I don't know if you want to read the comments, Nick and Tom.
Yeah, I can just add to that it's a super annoying problem. So when you're doing any kind of development in the package screens, this issue just occurs, and it can just kill any productivity or any sort of momentum that you might have going, because it's really like inconsistent how to get it back to functional. And like I say, the only way that I've been able to do that is just by restarting GDK. One thing I have noticed is that it tends to happen more often if I've like got a malformed Haml template or some invalid Ruby code or something like that. It seems to trigger like every single time, and it's not obvious that is the problem. But yeah, I haven't spent any time trying to debug it or anything like that. And the only other thing I was going to say is that this is a kind of issue that would probably discourage community contributions as well, simply because they might not be expecting to come across this error, and they might think that whatever they're doing is causing this error, and therefore like just sort of discourages you from like contributing any further because you're worried that it will not make it in due to reasons completely out of your control.
Nico or Steve, do you want to verbalize your comments?
Yes, just reiterating what I said, that sometimes it seems that it's being fixed by going back, refreshing, and navigating. From my point of view, this may smell like as a loading order issue, because this is EE only code, but my backend experience is very small. I just wanted to provide some context.
Yeah, and I agree. I've seen it a bunch. Certainly, I'm sure the front end engineers see it much more than the back end engineers working on the front end all day. So I'm sure that's really frustrating. I did spend an hour or two, like a month or two ago, looking into it, and like couldn't figure anything out in particular. But yeah, I agree. We need to get it fixed. Is there an issue for it at all yet? Okay. Yeah, I should probably like create one and maybe, oh yeah, and as David is saying, maybe get the GDK people involved.
Yeah, so let's go. Definitely need an issue if we're having this bug during the work, and if it's this much of an issue, then I certainly think we should be escalating it. So we pretty much have we pretty much sort of isolated this to entirely a GDK problem? Because I know we changed the version of a container registry to our version as well. So I don't know, there shouldn't be any changes, but.
This has been going on since like I started. So it's just been one of those things where it's like, you can work with it. It's an annoyance, but it just gets very annoying. So it's never been really looked at because it only happens locally when you're developing, and it's not a production issue.
All right. So I think whoever was saying, maybe it was you, Steve, sorry, we probably create an issue around it if we can't find one on it, because there might be one out there if this is happening prior to us. And then, yeah, definitely escalate, put all the notes and the usual details in the issue. Do you want to share that once you get that created? Who wants to do that?
I can do it probably, since I called it out.
Cool, thank you, Nico. Just take a look around as you would. I know I'm telling you stuff you already know, but just to make sure it's said, like check that there's not one already, and if there is one already, maybe there's a bunch of information in there already or whatever, but don't spend like too long doing that, because results value. Cool. Yeah, can we just follow up on that? Probably once you create the issue or find the issue, please like post it into S package as well, so that people can take a look and keep an eye on it, because I'd certainly want to keep track of this as well. And if you need any people to, contacts or anything like that, let me know, and I can help push this along too, because it sounds like it's problematic already. Cool. Well, that's the last of our agenda. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? Perhaps the enjoyable weekend they may have had, or some other anecdote that people would like to share? Nope. Awkward silence. All right. Well, with that, thanks everybody. I hope everyone has a really nice week. And yeah, glad we're all back here again. See ya.